Hello and welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom, live from our studios at number 5 Awula Hansen Lane at Tesano. I am Inusafo. Coming up. Gold Board rejects $1.7 billion loss claim, dares critics to point to reference an IMF report.
What the IMF report states is that Bank of Ghana incurred losses through the sale of gold under its domestic gold purchase program, and that the 2025 loss of $1.7 billion was as a result of, I'm quoting the IMF verbatim, the scaling up of the domestic gold purchase program.
Commercial transport operations on Santasi Ajusu route halted over arrest of drivers for increasing fares.
Meanwhile,
Persons with disabilities protest demand promised 5% share of government recruitment.
Are they ready to employ us? Even those that we applied, none of them had opportunity. Not even one person.
Roads Minister demands swift work from contractors after payment of more than 20 billion Ghana cedis in arrears. In Channel 1 Business. And utility prices push year-on-year inflation to 4.0% in July, up from 3.5% in June. In Channel 1 Sports. FIFA closes disputes between Hearts of Oak and former coach Rene Hiddink after settlement of fees owed. Many thanks for joining us. Let's begin from the Ashanti region, where commercial drivers on the Santasi Tech and Santasi Ajusu routes in Kumasi in the Ashanti region have halted operations, protesting the arrest of their colleagues who increased their fares. The drivers argue the additional charge is needed to cope with rising fuel prices and the growing cost of vehicle maintenance. There's more in this report by Ashanti regional correspondent Tofik Mohammed.
on Wednesday, August 19, 2026, transport operations on the Santasi Tech and Santasi Ajusu stretch in Kumasi came to a halt. Drivers parked their vehicles to protest the arrest of colleagues for charging passengers an extra 1 Ghana cedi. The strike left hundreds of commuters stranded at the Santasi lorry station. According to the drivers, although government announced a 30% increase in transport fares, it has not been implemented. They said they were left with no choice but to add 1 Ghana cedi to current fares to cover operational costs.
Juma. We are checking your food now, you better. You talk 1 gallon. We am from free uncle to set man ponte. Lano. Over 1 gallon. 1 gallon to be found come ponte and yet the ember. And as this year also, say I'm for 1 city, so I'm found to swear. Yes, you cannot endure a silpen out there also. Said the cancer banning mulcas only 30% of the paper. But no, and when you say, I want to this is a road with 1.2 quota, 1.8. A woman are getting a quota, yeah, do 3 million. I didn't say Banessa. A banana to 2 million, also who and also to trade him to my Anything I mentioned, one see that also no. Obey you be in that says, I could to fool. Now, could you down or you know, I'm going to come.
Meanwhile, the Transport Department of the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly has threatened to arrest drivers who charge unapproved fares in the city. Speaking in an interview with the media, the head of transport, Randy Wilson, said no driver has the mandate to charge any transport fare.
When it comes to fixing lorry fares in Ghana, it is not the assembly that does it. It is not the transport operators alone that do it. It is done by the Ministry of Transport, the transport operators, the Transport Coordinating Council, and a couple of other stakeholders who come together and then they meet and fix the lorry fares.
He said enforcement actions will be taken against anyone who goes contrary to the approved fares.
If anybody goes contrary to what has been agreed on, there is enforcement that comes in. For the past 2 weeks, we started seeing certain signs, but then most of those places were the illegal loading points and they were arresting vehicles here and there. But then getting to the end of last weekend, we saw that it was increasing, and that is why the mayor asked that we send a communique to the drivers and the general public. And the reason being is that if it has not been agreed, you do not charge it.
Let's head to Accra because the Accra Metropolitan Assembly has instructed all operators of tricycles, popularly known as aboboya, to install reflector stickers on their vehicles by the end of August 2026 to improve visibility at night. According to the mayor of Accra, Michael Papo Alote, tricycle operators must also wear reflective clothing and are prohibited from riding in the inner lanes. Channel 1 News' Philip Nilate has more in the following report.
The directive follows several complaints about indiscipline among tricycle riders on roads within the city. Most of these tricycles, which are used to transport refuse and goods, often break down in the middle of the road, creating traffic and causing gridlocks. In a bid to ensure sanity on the roads within the city, the Accra mayor has ordered all tricycles to have reflector stickers, while operators must wear reflective clothing. He noted that sanctions would be imposed on tricycle operators who fail to comply with the directive.
From end of this month, those who drive the aboboya, the tricycles, all of them must have reflectors, the back and the sides. Number two, they cannot drive within the inner lanes of the roads. If there are highways and there's a side road, they must always use the side road. If there are no side roads, they must drive outer lane with reflectors on. And the ones who are driving the either the tricycles or the aboboya should put on reflectors. If anybody or any what do you call it? Operator decided to go contrary of whatever we are saying, we'll make sure the law will take its course.
Following an incident involving the alleged extortion of money from Kingsley Boateng, popularly known on social media as K-Suit, by a city guard, the Accra mayor also indicated that city guards found extorting money from members of the public would face disciplinary action.
We are letting all the city guards, task force, they should know that we are watching them out there. If you think you can go out there and take money from the market women, the businessmen, the traders, today, nobody is seeing you, but tomorrow, when you are being caught, the law will deal with you. As this sticker issue has happened and the lady, I will leave the issue for the gentleman that being assaulted by this our city guard. that if he wants to prosecute, he wants to take the matter on, is allowed. And we apologize to the gentleman that this will not happen again.
The Accra Metropolitan Assembly, led by the Accra Mayor, has ordered that all Aboboya riders within the city by close of this month must be in reflective gears when riding, and also their Aboboya should have stickers on them. The mayor also touched on a very key issue, which is the extortion of money by some city guards from the general public. He says that individuals who are found culpable of these acts will be sanctioned. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Philip Nihlate.
Now, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board, Sami Gyamfi, has rejected claims that the International Monetary Fund attributed some $1.7 billion losses directly to Gold Board. The CEO said this at the Government Accountability Series on Wednesday, August 19, where he challenged commentators and fact-checkers to examine the relevant IMF documents instead of attributing statements to the fund that he said were not contained in its reports. Here is more.
The response from the Chief Executive Officer following criticisms from the minority in Parliament, which has accused Gold Board of using the Bank of Ghana as its alter ego, and argued that Gold Board was responsible for the $1.7 billion losses recorded under the program in 2025, but the CEO debunked the assertions.
Nowhere in the under-referenced IMF reports is Gold Board accused by the IMF as having caused the losses reported to have been incurred by the Bank of Ghana under the domestic gold purchase program. I challenge Afenyo Markin to point to any page, paragraph, sentence, phrase, or punctuation mark in the said reference reports of the IMF where the Gold Board was accused by the IMF as the entity responsible for losses incurred by the Bank of Ghana. In summary, ladies and gentlemen, what the IMF report states is that Bank of Ghana incurred losses through the sale of gold under its domestic gold purchase program of $400 million in the year 2024 and $1.7 billion in the year 2025. And that the 2025 loss of $1.7 billion was as a result of, I'm quoting the IMF verbatim, the scaling up of the domestic gold purchase program, not incompetence or mismanagement, according to the IMF.
There has been calls for an inquiry into the circumstance leading to the loss of billions of cedis over the operations of Gold Board financed by the central bank. But the CEO says he's ever ready for scrutiny.
There's been a call for a parliamentary probe, and I've already stated on public record that I'm waiting with bated breath for Afenyo Markin's invitation. And I don't know why he's delaying and holding press conferences when, as minority leader, he can get the Public Accounts Committee to summon me tomorrow or today, and I will appear.
He, however, posited prospects of the activities of Gold Board going forward.
So if the Gold Board wants to assert that statutory mandate, and for that matter, the Bank of Ghana has to end what it was doing under the domestic gold purchase program, you don't look at that and say, oh, that means Gold Board was doing something wrong. I can tell you that as we speak, the IMF and the Bank of Ghana are all engaging Gold Board that they still want to be our fiscal agents under the Gold Board model, where they will be raising money for us as an intermediary.
Minority Leader Alexander Appenyo Markin has challenged the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board, Sami Gyamfi, to account for the reported $1.7 billion loss recorded under the domestic gold purchase program in 2025. In a statement issued on Wednesday, August 19, 2026, in response to Mr. Gyamfi's comments at the Government Accountability Series, he argued that the key issue was not which state institution carried the loss on its balance sheet, but the fact that the funds involved were public resources and therefore required accountability. Meanwhile, the minority in parliament is pushing for the establishment of an ad hoc committee to investigate the operations of the domestic gold purchase program and the circumstances surrounding the $1.7 billion loss recorded by the Bank of Ghana in 2025. The Minister for Roads and Highways, Governs Kwame Agbuja, is urging contractors to work efficiently and complete ongoing road projects on schedule after government paid more than 20 billion cedis for projects nationwide, including arrears owed to contractors. He made the call during an inspection of major road projects in the Greater Accra region. Channel 1 News' Christopher Kevin Asima reports.
The Minister of Roads and Highways, Governs Kwame Agbuja, has inspected a number of ongoing road projects in the Greater Accra region. The tour included the Tema Motorway Expansion Project and work on the Tema Runabout at the Kwashi Interchange Corridor. The Minister directed contractors working on the project to intensify work, including operating day and night where necessary to ensure completion within the agreed timelines.
A project like this elsewhere will be done 24/7. There's no reason why you cannot work even more in the night than the day. So I'm encouraging you to take advantage of the president's 24-hour economy to do more of the disruptive works in the night and rather scale down during the day and make certain or dedicated lanes available for the public to use during the day. So that is very critical to us.
On the rehabilitation of the Tema Aflao Road being undertaken by Fair Sky Limited and BHM Construction Limited, Mr. Agbuja expressed disappointment over the slow pace of work on the 17-kilometer stretch.
Right from the beginning, I get the impression the contractors do not intend to do the work because I don't see any activity. It's 17 kilometers. One gang doing a small culvert somewhere, talking about working on diversion. Well, diversion gives you opportunity to do actual work. So that can't even count as a...
We're joined on the phone by Deputy Roads Minister Al-Hassan Suhini for more on this particular story. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Suhini.
Thank you for having me, Eno, and good evening to your viewers.
Right. Government says it has paid more than 20 billion Ghana cedis for road projects across the country, including arrears owed to contractors. If these payments were made, what justification is there for contractors who are still behind schedule? And what sanctions will the government be imposing on them if they delay further?
Well, thank you very much. Maybe I should take advantage of this question to clarify that indeed government, since we came into office, has released over 23 billion Ghana cedis to be paid to contractors. And this includes areas that we inherited and also works that have been done since we came into office. You recall that by 2025, most contractors had abandoned many projects across the country as a result of non-payment of IPCs that they had raised. For example, on the Ofankot stretch, the contractor was owed over $70 million, and as a result of that, the contractor had left site. On the motorway, almost nothing was happening on that stretch, and many other such projects across the country. Some other road projects were also affected by the debt exchange program, like the Labadi Beach road and the the Tema Aflao road, especially around the TT Brothers area. These were projects that were also affected by the DDEP. And so funds for the completion of these projects stopped coming in. Now, since we took over, His Excellency President Mahama decided that by common sense and by the laws of this country, projects that are inherited ought to be completed, especially if they are critical projects that benefit all of us. So he decided not to engage in what happened in 2017 after he lost power, where an audit was said to be carried out on road projects, leading to projects being abandoned and all that. And he said, look, let us take all these projects and see how we can deal with it. And that is why it is heartening to report that over 20 billion so far has been released to retire areas that we came to meet. These are works that contractors did that the NDC did not award them, but they are roads nonetheless that are used by the citizens of Ghana, and they have been, the contractors have worked, have used money to do these works. So we have paid that. But since 2025, the projects that we have also awarded, we made a commitment that, especially those on the big push agenda, that any contractor that raises a certificate will get paid within about 60 days. And we are living to that commitment. And so it is part of this 23 billion Ghana cedis that have been paid so far. And we can report also again confidently that the reports we are getting on the ground shows that most contractors actually are ahead of schedule on the projects that have been awarded. In fact, some of the big push projects, the engineers will tell you, under normal circumstances, they expect contractors to take about 36 months to finish the projects. But we have given them 24 months. And as we speak, many of them are ahead of schedule. A few of them are slightly behind schedule. And it is the reason why we are sustaining the pressure and the monitoring on the field to make sure that corrective measures that can be, implemented to bring those that are off schedule to also be on schedule. We do that before even the end of the 24 months that we have given these contractors. So I can confidently say that the monies that are paid to these contractors are being utilized on the projects that they are on.
Right. But the minister did express disappointment with the slow pace of work on the 17-kilometer Tema-Aplau road. What specifically, if you can tell us, is causing that particular delay? And has government given First Sky Limited and BHM Construction a deadline to improve their performance?
I mean, it is one of our very frustrating projects, I must admit. I mean, part of it was affected by the DDEP, like I said. That is the BHM part. That's the section that was affected by the DDEP. But because of the, hard work of the finance minister together with my boss and His Excellency the President's guidance, which has led to our economy rebounding earlier than expected, we are beginning to get cooperation from some of our external creditors. And fortunately, BHM contract was restored only about a couple of months ago, and the funding has begun coming in. But until the funding was restored, we had a lot of meetings back and forth, and that resulted in the delay. Now, we also have First Sky working on the other section, and there were disagreements also between First Sky and BHM over sections of the road and how to, integrate their works. I must say that the minister, my boss, has, played a very, significant role in getting the two companies to begin to work together, to begin to have site meetings together, and to share work programs. That led to a situation where today, if you use that stretch, the traffic that it was known for in the past has at least improved, because the existing carriageway has been improved to some extent, and the traffic flow is much, much better than it used to be.
Right.
And the work is also progressing. Even though it is behind schedule, we are confident that these bottlenecks out of the way, with these bottlenecks out of the way now, they can pick up the pace and also finish on time. And it is the reason why we're on the site this today.
Right.
And it's also the reason why the minister did not hide his, disappointment that they are still not at the pace that we expect them to be at, even though we appreciate the challenges, the initial challenges that the project faced.
Right. Suhini, what concrete timelines can government give Ghanaians for the completion of these major road projects?
In fact, all the projects that are under the Big Push agenda are to be done in 24 months. And so we are expecting that by the end of 2027, almost all of them would have handed over. But we have been given assurances that, for example, on the Adenta Dodoa section, we have been given assurances that by end of December this year, significant completion of the work would have been done, and motorists would have begun to feel the ease of plying that route. We also have assurance from the First Sky Group that the Emaflao section by December will also see significant improvement, even though it would not have reached completion yet. But the traffic flow that we see now that is improved would even improve further, because additional sections of the road would have been opened to create more alternatives for road users on that stretch. But within 24 months, and that is the end of 2027, we expect most of these contractors to begin handing over these projects. Our expectation is that by middle of next year, His Excellency President Mahama should begin commissioning some of these projects.
Thank you very much for your time, Alhassan Suhini.
Thank you too.
Right. Alhassan Suhini is Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways. This is still the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still to come. High gold and utility prices push year-on-year producer price inflation to 4.0% in July, up from 3.5% in June. We'll be right back with more. Don't go away.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up! Hey, mommy, my wife is cooking something delicious. Well,
Lizzie Shito, hot pepper sauce, spicy. Bona yete, Lizzie, oh Lizzie. Lizzie Shito,
Lizzie Shito, the Shito is Shito. Lizzie Shito, overfilling.
Lizzie Shito. Please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. Lizzie Shito dear. Ebesu obiasu.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy and
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy.
For bulk purchase, kindly contact 050-168-3344 or 050-155-0998. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack.
EduPack?
Yes, EduPack. A GS-approved and supported initiative for all first-year students going to SHS. Buy Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note, all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.eduparkgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPark, approved and supported by GES.
North Shore Apparel. Northern Ghana is making history. The Ghana Exim Bank and North Shore Apparel Ghana Limited proudly invite you to the official opening of Phase 1 of the North Shore Apparel Hub, a wholly Ghanaian-owned apparel manufacturing enterprise under the 24-hour economy initiative. Funded by the Ghana Exim Bank and partners, this landmark project will create 3,000 jobs at commissioning and up to 10,000 jobs at full operation. His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama will officially commission the facility, joined by the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Elizabeth Ofosuejare, and the Chief Executive of the Ghana Exim Bank, Sylvester Adinam Mensah. Date, Friday 28 August 2026. Time, 12 noon. Venue, North Shore Apparel Hub, Sabalugu, near Tamale in the Northern Region. Join us as we celebrate Ghanaian enterprise, job creation, and a bold step towards industrial transformation.
From the grandest stage, the badges change, but the passion remains.
It's a special goal. Come at the hour, come at the man.
This football is from the heavens.
What a story this is.
10 months of drama lie ahead. The stage is set.
The biggest stars from the world's biggest leagues on Supersport. It's on DSTV.
You're welcome back. Up next is Channel 1 Business with me, Latte Latte.
Channel 1 Business is brought to you by MTN and EcoBank.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Hello? I understand your memo ready.
Oh.
I go here. Start Joshua.
There comes the time when money matters get tricky. When paying back feels hard, we get creative. But here's a beautiful fact. Every time you pay back, you keep the line going. You make space for someone else. So don't break the chain. From Quick Loan and Smart Loan to Extra Cash, Easy Cash, Agent Flex, Ahomka Loan, Express Loan, Busia Loan, and many more. It's all in your Momo app when you need it. Borrow, sort out, pay back.
Momo.
Because when you do, Momo Day for everybody.
Nee, what's coming up in business?
Well, let's get into it, shall we? And Ghana's producer price inflation rose to 4% year-on-year
in July 2026, up from 3.5% in June. This was driven largely by higher gold prices and continued increases in utility costs. Latest data from the Ghana Statistical Service shows that producer prices increased by 2% month-on-month in July, reversing a 3.7% decline recorded in June. Here's more.
The Ghana Statistical Service attributed the rise in producer price inflation partly to higher global gold prices, which pushed up costs in the mining and quarrying sector. The sector's month-on-month inflation increased by 12.4 percentage points, lifting its annual inflation rate from 2.6% to 3.5%. Mining and quarrying carried the largest weight in Ghana's producer price index at 43.7%. Within the sector, crude oil and natural gas extraction recorded an annual inflation of 12.2%, while metal ore mining recorded a 2.3% contraction. Utility costs also remained elevated. Electricity and gas recorded the highest annual inflation rate among the subsectors of 13.3%, followed by water supply and waste management at 10.1%. Manufacturing inflation rose to 3.7% year-on-year, with fabricated metal products recording a 25.9% increase and leather products rising by 17.4%. However, prices of non-metallic mineral products declined by 2.3%. Service sector inflation remained relatively moderate at 2.5%, although some subsectors recorded sharp increases. Telecommunications prices remained unchanged. Although producer price inflation remains well above the high levels recorded in previous years, the sharp monthly increase points to renewed upstream cost pressures that could feed through to consumer prices if sustained.
Finance and tax analyst Nelson Kujo Kwagbeji says government's latest 10.82 billion Ghana cedis coupon payment to bondholders under the domestic debt exchange program could help rebuild investor confidence and also restore liquidity to Ghana's capital market. Now, according to him, the DDP has had a significant impact on investor confidence, contributing to the relative illiquidity of the country's financial market and subdued investor appetite. He says the government's decision to settle the latest coupon payment in full and also on schedule is therefore an important signal to investors.
This payment will go a long way to actually deepen market confidence and also boost market liquidity. This is simply because as a result of the domestic debt exchange program, a lot of investors, most especially foreign investors, actually ran away from Ghana's capital market because there was no more confidence in the market as to whether government will honor its obligation when the fall due was an issue. And so the market became very illiquid.
And finally, State Housing Company Limited and Absa Bank Ghana have signed a memorandum of understanding expected to widen access to mortgage financing and also help more prospective homeowners acquire property as Ghana seeks to reduce its estimated 1.8 million housing deficit. More in the following report by my colleague Daniel Sakite.
The partnership is expected to link prospective buyers of state housing projects with mortgage financing, potentially easing one of the major barriers to home ownership and supporting efforts to convert housing demand into actual purchases. Managing Director of State Housing Company Limited, John Bauer, says the collaboration will help to address the housing gap by improving access to affordable mortgage financing for prospective homeowners.
I'm really looking forward to what we can do together. We are working very hard from our side to address the supply side. The demand side has been hampered by low accessibility to mortgage funding. And thankfully, Absa, as well as the general banking environment in Ghana, is starting to risk a bit more in terms of long-term financing. So we look forward to partnering with Absa. We believe that with the right framing of the packages that we offer to clients, we should be able to, as State Housing, deliver the right products to your customers as well, so that together we can start chipping away at that 1.8. It's a big number.
It is a big number.
It's a very, very big number, and it will take quite a lot of effort and a lot of time and a lot of money, which I know you have.
Managing Director of Absa Bank Ghana, Dr. Edward Nate Botre, says the agreement underscores the bank's commitment to supporting efforts to narrow Ghana's housing deficit.
Collectively, as we bring our two brands together to work at this, we are able to make the gains that we want to make. Our timing is quite ideal because the environment is such that interest rates have dipped, and with interest rates having come down, this makes it a bit more possible for customers to access mortgages to be able to build and to buy.
Let's now bring you an update on crude oil prices and also look at how the local currency, that's the cedi, is also performing on the interbank market. And that's all for business. Many thanks indeed for your time. I am Neil Atilati. Back to you, Elu.
Thank you very much, Nee. Let's do some more stories now. The Coalition of Unemployed Graduates with Disabilities wants governments to make do of its promise to allocate 5% of all government recruitment to persons with disabilities. The group, at a protest in Accra, says government has refused to fulfill its promise despite several appeals. Channel 1 News' Manuel Ayama was present during the picketing and reports.
From the northern region to other parts of the country, unemployed graduates with disabilities joined the picket to draw attention to what they describe as discrimination in recruitment, despite the government's 5% employment quota for persons with disabilities. The coalition said this was evident in the recent recruitment exercise by the Ghana Education Service, where it submitted a verified list of 200 qualified graduates with disabilities for consideration, but none was recruited.
We started the process way back in January up to now. Now, GS, they are doing recruitment as I speak with you. They are doing recruitment now. But are they ready to employ us? Even those that we applied, none of them had opportunity. Not even one person was able to get the employment.
In October 2025, President John Dramani Mahama stated that the government would strictly enforce a minimum 5% employment quota for persons with disabilities across both the public and private sectors. The Coalition of Unemployed Graduates with Disabilities says it is demanding its share of the quota and decisive action from the government. Its picket ended in a disagreement over who should receive the petition and the level of authority they deemed fit.
On this day, as we are here, our mission and vision is to meet either the chief of staff, speak to us, or the vice president or the president.
After the coalition decided not to present the petition to presidential staffer Dr. Samuel Aye, he acknowledged their concerns and respected their decision not to hand over the petition to him.
I'm standing instead of His Excellency the President. So if you think that the President has sent me to receive a petition on his behalf, and in your opinion, I am a nobody, and because of that, you will not give me your petition, well, that's the position you can also have. I respect that decision. There's no problem with it.
Unperturbed and determined to continue the picket until a higher authority came to receive the petition, the group eventually presented it to presidential staffer Nana Yaa Jantwa, who later arrived to receive it.
Students at Buenim Senior High Technical School in the Mampong municipality of the Ashanti region are advocating regular breast self-examination after being equipped with the knowledge and confidence to check for possible abnormalities. The initiative forms part of efforts to promote early detection of breast abnormalities and reduce cancer-related complications. Ashanti Regional Correspondent Bright Yeboah reports.
Health professionals say breast self-examination is an accessible way to identify unusual changes early, stressing the need to cultivate the habit among young people. Peace and Love Hospitals, through Breast Care International, is educating young people and women on the importance of regular breast self-examination. At an engagement in Buenim, students expressed concern about losing their breast to cancer, saying early detection could help identify abnormalities before they progress to advanced stages.
When I do the self-examination test and I see any issue, any decrease in the breast or anything, I'll just consult my mom or something, then we move to the hospital. Early detection saves lives more than the late detection. So I don't want it to happen that as a young lady, my breast, I don't have one, and I'm having one. It's not nice. So I urge everybody to do the self-examination test. Early detection saves lives.
You should do self-examination. You should, if you find maybe a symptoms or something about our breast, you should visit the health center for early detection so that you can get early treatment about it before it gets bigger.
Dr. Beatrice Uyafiade, president of Peace and Love Hospitals and founder of Breast Care International, says efforts are underway to prevent breast cancer from robbing women of their breasts and lives.
We are educating the women, we are screening them, and we are helping to navigate them for treatments, because sometimes when we go to a community, we find cases and no one seems to care about that patient, whether the patient is continued to get the treatment she needs further, because we know that all the treatment centers are in the cities. So this is a very important project where those in the communities are not left behind.
Zoomlion Ghana Limited has begun a fumigation and disinfection exercise in the western region, especially areas hardest hit by recent floods. The move, which forms part of the company's corporate social responsibility, began from the Secondary Takoradi Metropolis and the Efie Kwesimintinsim municipality. All of the 12 MMDAs of the western region are expected to benefit from the exercise. Western Bureau Chief Akwasi J. Nim has details from Takoradi.
This is the Zoomlion's nationwide fumigation and disinfection exercise taking place also here in Secondary Takoradi. And where we are is on the John Saba Road all the way to the Takoradi Market Circle, specifically the cassava farm area of the metropolis. And we basically have the assemblyman over here to tell us exactly what he makes of the exercise since he actually saw the flood that actually happened here not long ago. Chief.
The exercise being undertaken by Zoomlion is of a great importance to the populace and Takoradi at large. Since the last rainstorm that flooded most of the areas in Takoradi, my area was not left out. We also experienced some of the flooding. And this exercise is going to cater for the rodents in the gutters and also the flies around in the gutters as well, and the public place of convenience, which is the public toilet in my area. And this exercise is going to also, as a matter of fact, kill some of the insects and rodents so that we can have a very good atmosphere around.
The scope of the project is to ensure that we cover all the MMDs within the Western region and then taking care of the insect and rodents that came out a few weeks ago. This to help us improve the public health of the people that we work with. Zoomlion Ghana Limited, we have taken it upon ourselves to work with the municipal assemblies within the region to ensure that this exercise is taken up successfully.
The Zoomlion's nationwide disinfection and fumigation exercise, what is currently taking place in the western region, has made its way to the Efia Kuma area of the Sekeni Takoradi metropolis. And as you can see, this is one of the major drains here in the Efia Kuma area, where we have a lot of, mosquitoes actually coming out of this drainage whenever it gathers dirt and all that. And so the team is here making sure that it is actually fumigated and disinfected from all the mammals that actually cause problems to residents over here.
The mosquitoes, the black flies, and so on and so forth. So it is good that you should do it from time to time to safeguard the health of the people.
It is the belief that the exercise, which is actually going all across the western region, as far as Samra Boy, will come to an end with several of the areas that needs fumigation and disinfection actually being taken care of. For Channel 1 TV News, I'm Akwese Jenin.
And in the studios of Channel 1 TV, I am Inosafo. Still to come. FIFA closes dispute between Heart of Oak and former coach Rene Hiddink after settlement of fees owed. We have the details shortly. Do stay.
As the sun rises over the city of Accra, its warm glow settles on one of the city's most thoughtfully planned communities, Lakeside Estate. And once again, something exceptional is unfolding. After the successful sale of our 4-bedroom Orca at Lakeside Hills, a new masterpiece is about to make its debut. An exquisite 4-bedroom story Orca home overlooking a breathtaking landscape of the Abri Mountains. This remarkable home now features a total floor area of 330 square meters, set on a generous 7,140 square foot plot. Step inside and you're welcomed by a spacious foyer leading to an open living and dining area, paired with a modern fitted kitchen with a stylish island crafted for the ultimate cooking experience. On the first floor, family living takes center stage. Spend quality time together and enjoy the convenience of a newly added infinite kitchenette, perfect for warming up your coffee or tea. For our esteemed homeowners who value privacy and productivity, a dedicated study area has been beautifully integrated into the design. This new home is a testament to trust, craftsmanship, and modern living. A space where elegance, comfort, and style come together effortlessly. Book your spot today by calling our sales expert on 020-477-5040 or 020-477-5042. Lakeside Estate, quality homes for all.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson,
Me didn't tum. Mr. Frammy Kakalika, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Frammy once now.
Hey, that's you.
Improve car.
Yeah.
Captain Mosquito, double the action. Me did this sasso spray. Mr. Frammy sasso quell. Yeah, go to my sasso.
Come tum preko.
Are you planning to relocate from your company office or house, whether across cities to another town or halfway around the country? You want a moving company you can depend on to get you there? Let me introduce you to Logistics Movers. We are here to help you every step of the way, from planning the move to unpacking the last box and settling into your office or home. We have the expertise, experience, and market understanding and offer fast, reliable, and professional transportation services in Ghana. Our main thrust is to successfully move your business, household items safely, on time, and hassle-free. You can call us on 0246 833 539 or 0244 342 465. You can also send us an email to info@logisticsmovers.com or check our website www.logisticsmovers.com. Why expose your company or household items to theft or damages when you are relocating if it's avoidable? Logistics Movers, we help you relocate.
You're welcome back. Up next is Channel 1 Sports with Bernard Abekwatri. What's happening in sports?
Today we have Accra so fucking stuff.
So it's not my club.
It's not your protocol.
Tell us more.
Let's get into it, shall we? Now, Accra Hatterfolk have confirmed that FIFA has closed the case involving former coach Rene Hendink after the club fully settled the amount owed to him. The club says FIFA formally communicated a disclosure on August 18 after Hendink confirmed receipt of the payment. FIFA has subsequently lifted all registration restrictions imposed on Accra Hatterfolk in connection with the matter. The Phobians say they are satisfied with the resolution, adding that they acted in good faith throughout the process and worked towards a responsible and amicable settlement. The development allows Accra Hatterfolk to register new players and complete their transfer activities ahead of the upcoming 2026-2027 Ghana Premier League season, which is set to kick off on September 4. Let's now travel international because Arsenal's manager Mikel Arteta expects his side to reach another level during the 2026-2027 season. The Gunners enjoyed a memorable 2025-2026 campaign with Arteta guiding Arsenal to their first Premier League title under his management. Arsenal have strengthened further this summer with 5 new signings and have already started the new campaign with silverware, beating Manchester City 3-0 to lift the Community Shield. Arteta now wants his players to build on that success as they look to defend their Premier League crown and compete for more laurels this season.
Well, this is what we want to create right now, and it has to be the ambition, and it is the ambition from the owners of this football club, from everybody on the board, so every staff members, and ultimately from the players. And then you have to show that with facts and with actions. And when the staff wants to come early, the staff is putting more hours in the summer to see, okay, where can we go next? When the board and the ownership are showing the level of commitment that they are showing, and the players start to come early from the holidays and start to go to Marbella and they are already in good shape, they are all good signs. Now, what is going to require from Mikel to do it again and do it better? And I've done a lot of writing. I spent a lot of hours during the summer writing about where we want to take this football club, how we're going to do that, and especially what is going to demand from one of the leaders in the organization to do that. So what kind of version of Mikel is going to be needed? And the first one is having even more enthusiasm about what is ahead.
More enthusiasm.
Yes.
Well, that's the very latest from the world of sport. And I am Bernard Abekwatri. Will Arsenal win the league this season?
I hope not. All right, Abeku, thank you so much. That's how we wrap up today's bulletin. Do visit our website, channel1newsonline.com, for information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel 1 TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel 1 TV. Download the Channel One News app on the Google Play Store.